Just have a look at these old bricks here. I just fall in love with the shape of these bricks, and I thought maybe we can do something creative about the shapes. So this video here will be about how we are creating vases of the shapes of these old bricks. Yes. And before we start, I'd just like to tell you a little bit about the bricks. I have found it around the beaches around Skagen here, and they are shaped by the ocean and by the water, the wind and the sand flowing around. And after many years, they are shaped so the corners are rounded, and they got these really nice formations that I think we can use as a creative spark to our vases here. Today we are going to make magic. We are transforming this brick into a very nice, unique shaped vase. And we will do that in 3 easy steps. The first step, we are going to make a plaster mold so we can get the shape of the stone here. Second, we are going to fill this plaster mold with fluently clay. And third, we are going to trim the vase and fire it in the kiln. Welcome to the first step in my kitchen. It feels a little bit like Master Chief. I just don't think you want to eat the ingredients here. Right here I'm preparing for making these plaster molds. The plaster molds can be used again and again, and that's what I like about doing this process. It takes a long time to do it, but when you have done it once, then you can use this plaster mold over and over again. Well, it took me a few days to make these plaster molds because I needed to learn how to do it, and then when I got it, then I could produce some, but every half plaster mold had to dry for about 45 minutes up to 1 hour before I could move on. So it was a long process, but now I have done it. The plaster molds were drying up for 14 days before they were ready for the next step. Yes, so here it is. It turned out like this. 2 pieces that I collect as one and put some rubber bands around it to keep it together. So now it's ready to be filled up with fluently clay. And I've made 4 of these plaster molds. And I have bought some fluently clay that was already stirred up, so it's a little bit easier to go to. I'm just preparing it because when it's standing, it's like it's much thicker in the bottom, and the clay has to have an even consistency. After a little while, it is ready to fill into the plaster molds like I'm doing here, leaving it to dry for around 1 hour for some of them and nearly 2 hours for other of them. And here you can see how it's getting more and more hollow down in the hole. And when ready, I am turning it around and emptying the fluently clay out again. So there's only the shell left inside. Leaving it to dry again, and when ready, then I'm taking off the rubber bands and departing the 2 halves to see if I can get the item out in one piece. That can sometimes be a little bit tricky. If it's not dry enough, then I will get it out in 2 pieces, and that's not the meaning of this. And I think it's always such a pleasant feeling when you really get it out in one piece, like you can see here. So carefully I'm trying to remove it from this mold here without breaking it. Just like this. Then I'm cutting off the excessive clay in the top. That is from my pouring sprout. And also after this, I'm trying to even out the sides where there still are a line where the two molds meets. It gives a little line, and that I'm even out. Here you can see I'm removing another one, the middle size. And the same here, I'm also cutting the excessive clay of this one. And then when I have done that and I have given them my signature, they are ready. Then they are drying up and getting in the kiln so they can be disc fired. After disc firing them, now you can see here that it's still before disc firing. You can see the shapes of the mold, of the vases, and I really like the shapes. Now they have been disc fired and I'm starting to glaze them inside. It will be a transparent glaze inside, just so they are really ready to keep a lot of water and flowers. By glazing them and frying them at 1240 degrees, they will be able to keep water inside for a long time without you can see anything. So that will be really nice. Glazing all the items with this transparent glaze on the inside. Cleaning up on the outside, and now they are ready to be glazed on the outside. And for all of them I have chosen semi or half transparent colors so that you can get to see some of the structure through the glazes, I hope. And for the biggest, tallest one here, I have chosen what we call a opal white transparent glaze. So it will be really light. And I'm giving them two times at the upper part of the vase and only one time on the lower part of the vase. And that's because I like to see the difference between if we glaze it one or two times. Thank you very much for watching this video, and please like and subscribe if you haven't done it yet, because that means a lot to me, so I can create a lot of other videos like this if you like this creative content here. And back to the process here, you can see I have started to glaze the smallest of the vases. And this color is called Morganite and has a little bit of pink in it. And I'm really excited to see how this will turn out. And I'm giving it 2 layers of this Morganite. The middle size of these items here, I am giving a transparent, semi-transparent green color that are kind of light green. Also this one I'm really looking forward to see when it's done, how it will turn out. Now you can start to get ready for the final result, and I would like to show you both how they look like, with and without flowers in. Finally, we made it to the end, and you can see the result here. I think it's quite exciting, all this, to make something out of the shape of bricks. And these ones here, I'm going to keep them raw. I don't want to glaze them outside, only inside, so they can be used like normal vases. But outside, we should keep the raw look very simple look, and then we can build the picture up with flowers so it can really stand out with the flowers. And I think it's great, simple form, and then flowers that can really show their colors. Also, I have tried this one here with the clay color, and it didn't work out. I think there was too much tension in the way I did it, so it have made a crack here. And you can hear how I thought I could break it, but I can't. Strong, even that it's broken. Well, I'm going to experiment with the clay colors because I think I can make a raw form, but with some slight colors in it with the clay colors. So that is what I'm going to play with in some of my next videos. But next time you can see this one here with flowers in. I think they will be so beautiful. And also I'm going to a specialist for making a decoration with flowers to try to see what they can create together with these vases here, because I think it can something special. And also I like that they have a shape, so you don't really need to have anything in it. They are beautiful just standing there, also without the flowers. So people can use them both as vases with or without flowers. Yes, I hope to see you again. Next time we will make more vases. In my last video I promised to go to a specialist with flowers that could decorate these vases here. And in a moment you will see how that went. Well, in my last video I made these really nice vases that are shaped after the shape of bricks that have been on the beach for years and have been formed like this, shaped, the corners are rounded, and that's what I like. Also, in this video here I like to make some vases like this, but in some brownish colors. And that's a little bit tricky, and I will tell you why when we start the process. So now let's go downtown and see what the specialist can do for our vases here. So now I am downtown, and what is very special for our place here is that nearly all our houses are yellow, like you can see here and in the background. Here is the place where they do the flowers. I'm so excited to see what they will come up with. Nice flowers outside here. I think it's very interesting place though. The florist recommended to use some different multiple colors because the vases are quite neutral with that white color, so it could really take some multiple colors. All colors could be used to the vases, and that was nice. So we tried with a lot of colors, and also after this I will go out in the surroundings here in Skagen and take some nice photos of them. Here you can see them with the sea as background, and there's some really nice colors with the sea today. And also you can see them here with the yellow house as background. And now back in my own garden. This is how they turn out after we have been to the florist, and I really like the results. Now I think it could be exciting to see if we can make some new vases in other colors, same shape but in some brownish colors. And what I like to experiment with today is to make the colors a little bit more brownish and still keep the raw structure from the bricks on the surface here. If I just glaze it, then the structure will disappear because the glaze will melt into the small holes and then even the surface out. And we really like to have this raw structure from the bricks on the outside, but still have some colors in it. And that's what we're going to find out today. Can we do that? I don't know, because I haven't tried it before. I would like to try to put some clay colors in my molds before I put the clay, the fluently clay, into the molds, and then we can see if these are working together or what is happening. We don't know, but for sure we will find out now. First, I'm mixing some brownish colors. Mixing the fluently clay with the brown and also a little bit of red, and that will give us 3 different nuances of brownish colors to use for our molds. Then I'm pouring the colors into the molds, trying to mix them so we get an exciting outcome. Leaving them to dry for about 1 or 2 hours, and then I am emptying the molds out again. Letting them drip off for a little while, letting them to dry again, and when I think they are ready, I'm trying to open the molds, taking out the items carefully, and wow, I think it turned out nice. You can really see the colors. Cutting off the excessive clay, both on the top and the sides, and then giving it my signature. Here's another one. This is the middle size, and it also looks quite nice. Right now I think it's a little bit difficult to really see the colors, but it turned out nice anyway. Again, I'm trimming the vase, cutting off the excessive clay and trying to make it nice all around. And I can see where I am cutting off some clay, they are changing colors. It's another color inside than outside. So I'm trying to color it again with some clay color to make it more even colored outside. And have a look at this one here. This is really nice, letting go of the mold. I really like that. And look at the colors. They are really changing, light and darker. I like this one. And after the trimming, it looks like this. And after drying up, they will be fired, all of them, for the first time. So now they have all been disc fired. And the next thing is to glaze them both inside and outside. Or maybe not outside, because I think we would like to have the raw surface on half of them, and then we will see how the colors will turn out after the second firing, because I think there is not much color. You can't really see the brownish color very well with the raw form here. So I'm very excited to see if the second firing will pull out the colors a little bit more in the raw outside. The other half I will glaze with the transparent on the outside, just to pull out the colors a little bit more and see how that will turn out. So we have a little bit different to see. So now glazing. Here I'm trying to glaze them inside. This is a transparent glaze, just filling up the insides with this glaze and making sure that it's covering all the inside before I am pouring it out again. And here you can see how it looks like from my point of view. And also I really like to thank you for being here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I hope you will do it now. Everything, every like, every subscription matters a lot for this channel here. It's my hope that we can make this creative community for people who like this content here with the clay and the very creative ideas that we are going to try out. Now getting ready for the last firing here. Now you can see how it all turned out. And like you can see, these ones are glazed and they are more shiny than the other ones. And they really turned out nice. Do you remember this one with the light and the dark colors? And they got some really nice brownish colors here, like you can see. I will take some photos so you can see it more close up. And these ones here are the one without the glaze outside. Only that little stripe here. These are the raw samples of these vases here. Like I said, I would like to make some in some more brownish colors. And I have also tried to put the flowers into the brownish ones, and you will also get to see that in a moment. One more thing before we go to the photo session, and that is, have you seen my earrings? You will get a close-up look. These earrings are made, these earrings I have made, and I will make a little video of how I made them. So hope to see you there. This is my garden, and here you can see my vases, the light ones. Now I'm putting the flowers into the more brownish ones to see how it will turn out. And please let me know, how do you like it? Do you like the brown, the light? Do you like it with or without the outside glaze? Let me hear all what you're thinking. Please comment below. I can't wait to hear from you. Just lean back and enjoy the following moment. Hi everyone. Today we are going to dive into a unique project. While exploring the beads, I stumbled into bricks like this one here. I found a few of them and I was so intrigued by the shapes and by the rounded edges. And I just knew I have to bring them back and make them come to life. And that is what this video is about, how I created vases out of the shape of the bricks. I will explain that shortly. And then we will try to make some really nice ocean-like colors on the bricks. So today's challenge is really to glaze these vases here so they look like the ocean. Can we do that? That is what we are going to find out. Let's go. Now we are going on with the glazing. And like you can see here, I'm starting with this deep blue color. And it's a semi-transparent color, so you can kind of see through it. It is supposed to. Then I'm building it up so it's getting lighter and lighter towards the top of the vase. So we will graduate the colors from the bottom to the top to get this ocean-like colors. And also the other colors I'm using is also semi-transparent, so you can see through the glazes. I just feel like I want to explain why I am so fascinated by the water around us, that I am making so much art that are inspired by the sea. So let's dive deeper into the water and the water element. We as human beings consist of over 60% of water in our body. And as an acupuncturist, I'm referring to the knowledge of the old Asian wisdom about the health when I say that the water outside are impacting us as human beings, like we as human beings are impacting on the water. The globe also consists of over 60% of water, and it's functioning like a cooling system to cool down the heat on the surface of the earth. In the same way, the water in our body is functioning as our cooling system, and all that is controlled by our kidneys, and that is what the theory is about. It's our kidney energy. And if the kidney energy in our body is imbalanced, we will experience some kind of heat in our body, and it can be waking up during the night sweating or just being warm and can't fall asleep. So it's really impacting our sleep, and it impacting our temperature and our body, but also the kidney are standing for so much more than this and the water element in our body. So what I really like is to create 8 really nice vases inspired by the water and the ocean, while talking about this water element in our body and how it's functioning a little bit at each vase. We will dig deeper into the water element. As an acupuncturist, we can harmonize the energy of the kidney and the water element in the body, but also we can do it ourselves as human beings by making these exercises of Tai Chi, and that I will also combine with these 8 vases here. So for every vase there will be an opportunity to learn a movement, and after making all the 8 vases you will be able to make the whole form of Qigong that are strengthening the water element, your kidney energy in the body. So we are taking it step by step for each vase with the waves on. We are combining it with some theory about the kidney and the water element, and we are combining it with some movements, Tai Chi movements. So all in all you have this whole package of the water element, both the creative, the body, the physical, the mental part of it, and we will combine it all in one. Yes, and now back to the process of making these vases here. Like you can see, I have bubble glazed some white glaze and trying to make some kind of foam on the water here to see if we can make it look like waves coming into azure at this yellow water here. But that's again only a experiment. So let's see how it will turn out. Frying it during the night time at 1240 degrees. So let's see how it will turn out. Yes, so let's have a quick look now. Just open. Oh wow. Yes, and this is how they turned out. I will show you a little bit more close up. And I'm actually quite satisfied, even that I can't really see the white foam properly. I have 3 tips for you if you like to graduate your glazing, like from darker to the lighter, like I have done here. 1 is to choose your color theme before starting, so you have every color from deep to lighter, and then you can start your graduating of the colors. Here it's in the blue nuances, blue-green nuances. Tip number 2 is don't make a straight line, but like to try to make some of the darker go into the more light, And also let the light go a little bit more into the darker areas. It looks more alive that way. It looks more natural than if you have the sharp lines. Tip number 3 is just enjoy yourself doing it and have fun. Good luck. In my last video, I asked for your opinion and advice about this vase here. Either if I should give it some white foam on top of the waves or leave it like it is. And I really got 2 comments, and that's a lot for my channel here. So thank you very much for you two who have commented. And luckily you agreed about leaving it and not do anything more. You liked it both, and I thank you a lot for your opinion, and I will leave it as you said I should. And also the 8 vases I'm going to make will be a size smaller than this one here. This is quite big, this one. So it will be a little bit smaller, but with a lot of, I really like to make it with some pattern on. You can see here on the side here the pattern of when you can see the light through the water, then it makes this. And I would like to experiment and see if I can create this light in the water. We will see how this turned out, and I really hope to see you there. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for following this channel. Thank you for all your likes and everything.